and welcome to Pastime. In this video I want to address a need I see within the church in general. Now more than ever I see a digression from the, like in Jesus' time there was a lot, he used a lot of parables in relation to agriculture, and people got that because like a lot of people were farmers and what have you, and not to say that we don't have farmers today. We have people who work in the orchards, we have people who work in the fields and farms in the Midwest, in the United States, but we've kind of, with our cityfied, for lack of better terms, culture and stuff, we've in our mega churches and all this, stuff, we've kind of digressed and forgotten largely. We focus on the birth, like being born again, words like born again and conversion and numbers and attendance, and people for years now have been, saying, it's about a relationship, which is true, and it's not, just about numbers and conversion. And we kind of have to listen to them. We really need to listen to these people, because I happen across, I have never gone through childbirth, but I read articles, and one of my friends who is a mother had posted this article on social media, and I began reading it, and I was like, I never knew about this. It was like an article about do you cut the umbilical cord 1 minute or 3 minutes, or whatever, more than 3 minutes after birth? And it intrigued me because, like, I don't, some of you may not be people who like blood. I'm one of those people. So, but this article really delved into something I had never known, that the, even after birth, the pardon me for those of you who don't like blood, try not to like visualize too much about the blood, but in essence, the nutrients in the blood is still they're waiting to cut the cord because there's still nutrients needed for the baby. And I was like, that is fascinating. I never knew that. And so there's like this whole debate, that I never knew about, like, do you cut it 1 minute or 2 minutes or 3 minutes or a little more, because I'm not saying it correctly, I don't think, but there was an issue about, like, a percentage of, like, the issue of, like, enough blood getting to the brain and stuff for the baby, and I was like, this is so cool, this is so fascinating, because in our spiritual life we tend to just like want to clip the cord and have a new spiritual baby, so to speak, but not just about the cord. We forget that even though a lot of us in the Christian or Catholic Church are pro-life, and we speak about that whole issue, we forget, we don't take time to appreciate and apply to our spiritual life the way of things, in the physical sense, like a baby is first conceived with the sperm and the egg, and then has 9 months to grow. So you got the DNA forming, you got the bones forming, you got the skin cells forming, and all this stuff in over 9 months. And I'm not trying to promote some like new 9-month life, new spiritual thing, like, but we tend to forget that there's growth that happens before the birth, and to be patient, because we don't always see when it's time, or we don't always see when a person is ready, but God does. And He uses you, He uses you to plant a seed to, and people may need 15 seeds, they may need 30, 100 seeds, like, of thoughts planted, of, their heart being worked on, conviction, or drawing near to Him, or, growing and understanding concepts that then at some point that it'll all come together and be like, oh, I get it, so, we often don't appreciate that. We often don't communicate appreciation for that. So I just wanted to kind of draw that attention. And, that's not only in the human sense. Like seeds, plant seeds. I looked this up last night. I was kind of researching. I was like, what do seeds need in order to, like, germinate, or, what all is that process, like, to compare it, with human child growth, kind of that idea of, like, growth, so the baby, in human sense, this is what needs to happen. What happens with seeds, delving back into Jesus's parables about seeds and all that. So, I haven't planted seeds since, I think, like, junior high was my last, like, gardening experience or whatever. So I kind of needed to brush up on that. So, I watched this guy, like, squirt water on the seeds, and, he says, soak them for 24 hours and then do it again in a little Ziploc baggie and stuff. And so, in essence, like, seeds need water, and then, in order to grow, they need the nutrients in the soil. So a lot of times we don't. I had written an article a couple years back about the necessity for the plant to grow. There's a time when the little plantling grows in the dark too. It's in the dark in the soil, and then it shoots up through the soil, and you see the little green with the leaves and everything. So and even then, it doesn't stay a little just green shoot with 2 leaves. It keeps growing with the soil, with the nutrients in the soil, with the water, with the sun. It needs a variety of things to grow. Likewise with human, we need a variety of healthy foods to grow, with their, vitamin D for our bones, etc., etc. So, I think we've, like I said, digressed. I keep saying that word. But I think we need to slow down, stop, pause, appreciate. When we talk about birth in the spiritual sense, the birth of the Spirit, our personal relationship with Him. So I just wanted to kind of give that as food for thought today. So I hope that you're blessed. I hope that you keep creating and keep just filling the world with joy, despite and even though you may be going through a hard time, or not, just there's not enough positivity in the world, where I've seen a lot of negativity of recent, and just a reminder to myself and to you, just keep creating and seeing the, little trivia, like the seeds and stuff like that, and, share that, on your own YouTube, and, like, keep it going. All right. Have a blessed day.